Hello, hello.
Hi.
Welcome, everyone. Good to see so many smiling faces. Few more trickling on in here. Hello. Happy 2025. We made it to the new year. Can you believe it? Almost through to February. I know January is like the longest year ever, it seems like. Um, I'm here down in East Texas and school is canceled for a snow day. I feel like I should almost show you guys the amount of snow that we got because y'all are gonna be like, oh my gosh, how are you even living? Like y'all must be dead by now. I mean, like prepare this is the amount of snow. I had to take a picture of the black truck so you could really see the amount of snow we got going on here. Uh, but no, we are surviving. If you hear some strange things, like I said, school is canceled, so I got all the kiddos at home. But I know all you Northerners are like, that ain't nothing. What is wrong with you guys in Texas? But we're enjoying some colder weather here, enjoying whether or not. But we're going to have a fantastic session today. So glad that you all are here, that we're going to kick off the year right. We have a very special guest, Miss Valerie Heck, and we were emailing back and forth, and her email signature, her title said Ambassador of Fun. And I was like, is that your real title? And she's like, well, I just wear so many hats, do so many things. I got to keep it fun to keep me and myself, everyone sane. And when you have fun attitude, it makes everything better. And so I'm like, that is such the right attitude. And that's why we are so grateful to have her here to kick off our 2025 Spotlight series. So, today we have Miss Valerie Heck. She has spent over a decade navigating the HVAC and plumbing industry at Colair. She led the call center and inside sales operations with a focus on efficiency and delivering exceptional customer experience. She is passionate about using strategic call by call processes to drive profitability while ensuring every customer interaction is positive and impactful. Empowering others in the trades is something that she truly enjoys, and she loves sharing best practices for call center management, dispatch processes, marketing strategies that help businesses grow and thrive. She's based out of the good old state of Texas in Fort Worth, where she balances a fulfilling career with her most rewarding role being a proud mom to her son. So let's all welcome Valerie, and I will turn it over to you. Thank you, Valerie, for being here.
Thank you guys for having me. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, great.
Yes.
And I'd like to ask if everyone's able to please be on camera. It makes it more interactive. I will be asking everyone to interact with us today. You can ask any questions. Feel free to ask them in the chat or just take yourself off mute and ask away. Interrupt me at any point in time. Sometimes I can get a little bit sidetracked in different ways of conversations, but I did make some slides here for everybody so that we could go over these together and try to, maximize our 2025 year together. So thank y'all for hearing me out and having me.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to share my screen here with you guys. And here we go. Can everybody see my slides okay? There we go.
There it is. Yep.
Okay. So right here I have our Lady Titan symbol. I wouldn't be where I am today without networking with y'all and y'all being a part of my team. Behind every great man stands no woman. There is no greater man than the man that can acknowledge the woman standing right beside him. So I wanted to thank y'all for being part of Lady Titans and being a proud supporter of the women in the trades. And then let's see. So my computer is going a little bit slowly here because I'm sharing and doing the presentation at the same time, which I was prepared for. I have my other screen on this computer just in case it goes slower than I expected. So let's see. Here it goes. So I'm Val. That's what my son calls me. He's never really called me mom. Y'all can call me Val. You can call me the ambassador of fun. I'm sure a lot of people have called me a lot of different things. Whenever customers call in, I just say, hi, thank you for calling Foliar. This is Val. How may I help you today? How can I make you smile? So I want to always make sure that everybody's smiling. I want to make sure that you remember to believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there's something inside of you that's greater than any obstacle, and we can always get through it together as well. So there's my son here. His name is Chris. And here's some pretty flowers that I included on the slides. Who am I? I am the process integrations coach at Colair Inc. We're out of Missions, Texas, down in the border of Texas, near the border of the Rio Grande Valley in Mexico. And so then the areas that I assist are the call center operations, inbound and outbound, dispatch operations, the right tech to the right call by call processes, TGLs and the customer experience, marketing outreach with campaign creation, inside sales with estimate follow up, automations and AI processes. And then my main areas of expertise, I would say, were HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. I have a highly emphasis on HVAC. It's my favorite thing to do. You can see here my previous work history. I worked at an answering service starting out for many years. It was Kim's answering service in my hometown. I love the ladies that work there. We got together and really, it was a wild time together learning how to take care of 400 different companies. We would answer for bondsmen, lawyers' offices, apartment complexes, the whole Johnson County Water District. It was wild. The ERs during COVID, everything, the Catholic Hospital Ministries, so many different companies. So answering for them gave me a lot of different experience on the phones, how to handle customer escalations, how to treat customers with empathy whenever they were dealing with hard experiences and didn't know what to do. A lot of that experience came with time. I worked there with Donna. She was my manager there for many years. I'm very blessed to still have her support in my growth and career. And I knew that when I left Kim's answering service, if I needed to go back, I always could. But something inside me led me to growth. So I left after the shutdown and went to Airco. Airco was a wonderful company there that installed my family's air conditioning system. So I was familiar with them and loved their culture. And then I moved on up to Minuteman and Benjamin Franklin, the same company, but just two different, names for different portions of what they did. And then I found my tribe here with Colair Inc. It is the best company I've ever worked for. I'm their business coach and consultant, mainly with the emphasis in the call center and dispatch operations. So once I started with Colair, I strategically started working on the call center, making sure that we had summaries and the jobs that the CSRs were inputting, and a lot of different marketing outreach with email, SMS campaigns, and we'll go over that further here in the next few slides. So I am a mom. I wouldn't be where I am without the Lady Titans, but I really wouldn't be where I am as well without my son. Whenever I had my son, I was in a pretty rough spot. So I put here, I'm not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom, because if I were a regular mom, I probably wouldn't be working as hard as I do to support my son. I've seen a lot of the other people that I was around lose custody of their sons. Excuse me for getting choked up. Um, and I knew that I was never going to do that. So I decided to take good care of my family and put my family first. All the selfishness aside that I had in my life that I was going on in the time, I said, no, I'm going to have my son and I'm going to make sure he has a good, supportive family that takes care of him and has the life that I wanted to make sure that he wouldn't be getting if I was still doing the things that I was doing before. So right here, I've gotten to support him and take him to many different places. We're planning his birthday already for an unspeakable birthday party in March. But right now, so you can see he's here with Mickey Mouse. We love Disney. And I've gotten to take him there, to trips to Cancun, all different kinds of places that wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the hard work that I input through learning and growing each day in the roles that I played. So that's a big part of how I've become a better leader. And part of that reconstruction of my life is something that I had to learn to do each day with every choice that I made. So in doing so, I've learned to be my own best advocate. That was one of the things that I kept repeating to myself constantly in my recovery. Being your own best advocate means actively and confidently representing your own needs, interests, and perspectives to ensure that you're heard, understood, and addressed. It involves taking ownership of your well being, goals, and aspirations, and being assertive in seeking what you need or want without relying solely on others to do it for you. One of the favorite quotes that I have in my current boss, Ruben, he's great. He supports us 100% wholeheartedly. And I always joke around and repeat this to him all the time, like I have amnesia, is that I'll take care of me for you if you take care of you for me, and we'll get through that together. So I'll always be taking good care of myself. It's part of who I am. And that's the decisions that I make each day to learn and grow to better myself and my family. So being my own best advocate helps me learn to take better care of others. So in taking better care of others, we rise by lifting others. So here's a photo of my team. It is a wonderful team dressed as the Colair Care Bears, because whenever they say Colair Cares, it's not just our slogan, it's really our way of life, it's in our blood. um, I wouldn't work where I did if I hadn't reviewed the company. And it was like I was looking at the reviews of Colair and looking at the Better Business Bureau reviews that the company had. And one of the reviews said that Ruben was at a business trip and he was responding back to the customer to take care of the problem that they had while he was in a training. And I was thinking, like, wow, he's investing his time and money in his trainings, but here he is still taking care of his team. And I knew that I could take care of the owner of the company by providing him the services that I have and the experience that I have, which is, office management and taking good care of call center operations. And we rise by lifting others. So at that moment in time, whenever I was looking for a different role in my career, he was looking for call center management, and that's how we got together and we rise together. By leaning on each other's strengths, we get the impossible possible. So let your light shine always. Something that I'd like to share with you all is that we can always let our light shine with a smile, positivity. If y'all use Slack or Microsoft Teams, sharing fun, smiling gifts, good mornings, just saying good morning to your team, letting them know that they're there and heard is a way to, make somebody's day better. We spend more time with our team than we do our own family. And a lot of respect goes a long way. So sharing sincere praise, a simple great job, or I love your energy can boost morale. Lending support and listening to show that you care when someone needs it. One of the major things that I have with my manager is that they listen to me and they hear my needs and I feel heard. And whenever I have good ideas, they, even if it's an idea that they can't implement, or they think, well, we've already done that, you're trying to reinvent the wheel, they'll still hear me out and express to me why that's something that we couldn't do at that time. But it's to be heard and listened to is very important and vital to the culture and wanting to be there. It's support. So surprising your team with kindness. Treat the team to coffee or lunch. I made this up. It's silly, but full belly, no yelly. Writing thoughtful notes, a quick thank you or a kind message goes a long way. There was one boss that I had in between my transitions, and they had a handwritten note on their computer from one of the employees, and I could tell that was very special to them. And even, the owner of the company, they're very busy, but everybody thinks that they have to keep a distance, or that they're too busy to interact with. But even just slipping them a handwritten note to the owner and saying, like, you're doing a great job, those types of things really make an impact on the culture as well. So if you're getting that kind of feedback from your team with like handwritten notes that are fun and make your day better and y'all can joke around, that's the kind of culture that you need there. And that's a very special place to have. So be present, engaging fully in conversations and showing genuine interest. I have some of my current teammates in the CSR department. I feel so blessed because even though they've grown and moved on, they still write me and text me and send me their booking rates and say, like, trained by the best and silly things like that. And it makes me feel really proud to be able to support their growth. And then the current CSRs that we have as well, they'll share with me just things in their own personal life as well that, though I'm not a psychiatrist or can't really help with those things, it does help to be able to understand what's going on in their day and understand that we need sometimes just time to take an extra 5 minutes in our break because maybe we have something going on. So a lot of different ways to let your light shine as a leader. And then let's see here. So Everyone can win. And this works across call center operations, dispatch departments, sales, install coordination teams, all teams. Define and communicate your core values. Does everyone on your team know your core values? I know ours now. You need to always have them memorized. So, service, sales, integrity team. Clearly articulate the company's mission, values, and goals to ensure everyone is aligned and understands the expected behaviors and painted vision. If the team doesn't know the painted vision of the company, then we're not going to get there together. We don't know the why. You always need to know the why behind what we do, whether it's why we come to work each day. Why do we do the work that we do to take care of the customers? Why does the company want us to win? And how and what ways are they going to help us to win? So, fostering open, effective communication. This would say fostering open communication, but it needs to say effective communication, because if you're not effectively communicating, anyone can communicate with each other, but it may not be effective. In some ways, it may be harmful. You always need to have effective communication. There are different ways to learn personality types throughout the office. DISC profiles are a great way to do so. And encouraging open and honest communication, creating a safe space for employees to share ideas, concerns, and feedback. It's a wonderful thing. We just recently had an anonymous survey taken with our leadership to the owner, and it was a great way for us to express different things that we were needing to take care of for strategic planning into 2025. And then promoting collaboration and teamwork. Encouraging teamwork and collaboration through team building activities and shared goals. Competitions, for example, like the most clubs sold, highest outbounds booked, daily call boards, team huddles, and more. And then recognizing and rewarding employees. So when you recognize and reward your employees for their contributions to foster a sense of appreciation and motivation. I like to get my employees Dundee awards from the office. You can find them on Amazon. You can make them your own, custom made. So I have my Home Depot Hero awards that I like to give out for the ones that make the most Home Depot outbounds. Lots of different ways to recognize and reward employees. It could be the lunches. Don't just always get lunches, though. You can always recognize and reward employees with like monthly appreciation on your Facebook page with like gift cards, shout outs to your team, different ways to promote that teamwork and recognize your employees together. So we'll go more over the most sold clubs, highest number of outbound books, ways to do those types of KPI incentive competitions together. If y'all have any questions, I like to have like Santa's Showdown and different types of seasonal team incentives. So we'll go over that too. And then training. So one of the major ways that we can always learn and grow together is when we train. Train, 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 and the train will move forward. If we're not training, we will stay stuck. And you don't want to be a stuck train on the tracks because then nobody's moving anywhere. So how does training increase productivity when we're investing in our employees? It gives you enhanced skills and knowledge. Training provides employees with the necessary skills, knowledge, and tools to perform their jobs more effectively. It improves efficiency. Well-trained employees are more proficient and can complete tasks faster, leading to increased efficiencies and output. It reduces errors and mistakes. So one of the biggest things that we have in all of the companies that I've worked in is having to go back in and fix other people's mistakes. And the problem there is that it falls back onto training, that the employee that's making those constant mistakes and accuracy, they aren't deficient in their knowledge. It's more that they haven't been trained efficiently yet. So don't blame the trainer, but always keep training. So well-trained employees are more proficient, complete their tasks faster, and it reduces those errors. So then you get increased confidence. I would not be as confident if I did not have training, networking, constant repetition in my brain to believe in myself. I have shyness, not, I wouldn't say reclusive, but I'm definitely not the bubbly, outspoken, lady that I'm constantly trying to remind myself to be. You have to be confident, and that confidence comes with time and understanding that we do have a place to be here, just like the moon and the stars. So Increase confidence. Training builds confidence. It boosts morale as employees feel more competent and capable, leading to greater motivation and engagement. So, the more that we know and understand the roles that are expected of us, the clarification that we have of what we need to do each day to win, that understanding of what's needed will help us have the confidence to jump into those roles and feel more confident to be seen, heard, and lead in what we do. So, with that comes better communication and collaboration. You'll probably hear me use the word collaboration a lot this year. It is my word for 2025. Last year, the word was ascendance, and we've done a great amount of ascendance into the year. We went from a $7 million company to $12 million company, and we are moving forward into higher goals this year. So, better communication and collaboration. Training can improve communication and collaboration skills. It leads to smoother workflows and increased productivity. So, ways to increase your workflows and get those standard operating procedures, you can use tools like ScribeHow. It'll use your screen and it'll take every click that you do and help you make those training manuals. I can put these in the chat bar if y'all do need me to repeat these, but ScribeHow is a link that I use. Trainual is something that I use to use SOPs. And one of the major things that I use to make those SOPs is ChatGPT. AI is the way of the future. I wouldn't say that it's coming for our jobs, but it's a way to take good care of the customers by using it strategically, just the way that we do our own brains. So I talk to my ChatGPT like I would a librarian. I ask it questions and it just writes back to me. You can use the free version. I would say to get the paid version, it's a much better way to use it, and you can ask it literally anything. It is a great tool. So, AI processes are great. You can use them along with other ways to integrate them into Service Titan and make your workflows a lot smoother. And then here's some pictures of training. So, you can see the smile on my face here. Smiling, happy employee led with a team of individuals who, the smartest person in the room is, that's not the best place to be if you're the smartest person in the room. So I know I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm not a guru. I'm not here today to teach y'all guys everything I know and then try to make you pay me for a product. I just want y'all to be more successful in what you do and happier in your lives and know that anything is possible, especially for those who may have experiences like I have with recovery, domestic violence in previous relationships, lots of different things. Companies that I've worked for where the culture wasn't so accepting of women in the workplace, lots of different things. So, just ways that we can get together with like minded individuals and smile together and learn and grow. So, E3 is one of the wonderful training events that I've gotten to go to, as well as Rocket X. And then the ladies of E3 are wonderful as well. If you're not a member of that group, I suggest that y'all join that too. Here we are at CEO Warrior. That's one of the best practice groups that we use here at Colair. There are a lot of different best practice groups that I've worked with. None of them any better than any of the others. They all have their own unique ways to train and make people more successful in what they do. And they're all wonderful best practice groups. So there's Certain Path, Next Star, there's so many different ones. The ones, Service Nation. I would like to see that that's why I have my hair blue is because Service Nation for the Joseph Grow Foundation. So if y'all ever need anything to look into is look into why Valerie's hair was blue and then the Joseph Grow Foundation. Go make a donation because it's a wonderful cause and it takes care of those who've been in the field who get injured and can't take care of their families anymore. So lots of different best practice groups to learn and grow from. And then here we are.
Valerie,
Yes.
someone is asking if you could elaborate on E3 a little bit more.
Yeah, so E3 is a group that's ran by Michelle Van Beek, and it is empower, equip, and elevate. Excuse me, I'm getting so stumbly on my words. Um, E3 is an event that we went to in California, and there's going to be another upcoming event as well, where we get together, we network together, and some really great speakers get on the stage. I know I heard Brianna's story last time that I was there, and she is a wonderful speaker and very inspiring woman. And there's a lot of different speakers that were on that stage that were inspiring, and a lot of different takeaways that I had from that event. And, at E3, I can put the links to everything that I've spoken about in the chat before I get out of here as well. So that way y'all can join the group as well. So it's on Facebook. And there's oftentimes a lot of different networking that goes on there, just like Lady Titans. A lot of the Lady Titans are part of E3 too. So, and then this photo here is of my husband and I at Pantheon. Pantheon was the event that we went to this last year. One of my major excitements is and goals of 2025 is to hopefully speak on stage at Pantheon. So eventually, if not this year, then soon. So it's one of my dreams. And then, do y'all still have any questions about E3 before I move on to the next slide? I'm sorry.
Sydney said that sounds very good. And yeah, I can attest another organization kind of similar to Lady Titans of just connecting women and empowering them in the trades and stuff. So we're blessed to have resources to, plug us all in because sometimes it can feel lonely in this industry. So thank you for sharing all that, Valerie.
Yes, it really can. And it's a wonderful place. Like I get a lot of my information from watching others in their ways of their being successful, but also in maybe the mistakes that they make and they share
Mhm.
publicly. And that way I can learn to not make those same mistakes. I learn, the ways to make my strategic planning in companies that other companies are using. I look at the reviews that they have on there, a lot of different networking with other different business owners to ask them questions and just lots of different ways to be a part of the industry and get those questions answered. Whenever I have a question, I'll ask Sarah here. She's on the front row in marketing. I can message her anytime and she'll get right back to me and help me out. So it's a really great way to, have those questions answered. And then, so here in training, I can be really hard on myself sometimes. I think that's a lot of the shyness that I have and nervousness is that I'm my own worst critic. So we have not failed. We have just found 10,000 ways that don't work. Growth is part of our mindset. So we can learn from our mistakes. We can improve by working hard. We'll never give up. We're determined to get better. We'll use self reflection to help us succeed. We can overcome challenges with effort and we can train our brain. So that's a growth mindset right there. And I really love that quote because we haven't failed. We've just found 1,000 ways that did not work. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And then emotional intelligence. So one of the certificates that I have here on my wall up here is from Certain Path, and that's for emotional intelligence training. And I need more. There's never enough emotional intelligence training that I could get because I'm a highly emotional person. And the training that I received there was so interesting. And I wish I could relay it back to you all just like they did because y'all would gain so much knowledge. And what that means is whenever you feel a feeling, it basically goes through your cortexes and you have to go through the motions of your emotions. So emotion is energy in motion. And when you're feeling emotions, don't burst out in that moment and lose your cool. You have to have that emotional intelligence training to increase your leadership skills. And that's what makes me a much better leader is having this type of training. So if there are best practice groups that you're already with or any coaches out there that can provide you with emotional intelligence training to your team, it's something that I would really suggest. It helps promote self-awareness and self-regulation. I get a lot of introspection in knowing that I am working on my emotional intelligence when I do feel certain ways about certain things. Work can be very stressful. And even with the chat GPT that I was talking about, you can input an emotional email and then say, make this less emotional and ready for workplace. So it provides the emotional intelligence that you need to succeed and be more professional. So awareness enables us to regulate our emotions and behaviors, ensuring we remain calm and composed even when under pressure. Provides empathy. One of the major things with empathy in the workplace is people are always working on that 5-star experience for our external customers, but what about our team and what about the culture for our internal customers? How is the team communicating with each other? Are they communicating to each other with empathy? Build strong relationships, motivate your teams, and resolve conflicts effectively. And then motivation. So setting a positive example and a shared sense of purpose. And then social skills here. So effective communicators, they effectively communicate and build good relationships. So here is a breakdown of leadership. It would say leadership, but it didn't fit on the screen. So I thought this looked good enough. I hope y'all approve. So listening makes you a good leader. Like I was saying earlier, I've been at companies before where I don't think the human element was involved. I think that it was, and it was none of the ones you've seen on the screen, but the human element wasn't really involved. It was more of a robotic type of workplace. The culture just really wasn't there, and the higher ups just treated you like you were replaceable, and that's not appropriate. So we always want to make sure to listen. To our team, a deep commitment to listening intently to others, asking clarifying questions, and reflecting what they hear from others. Empathizing, seeking to understand people's feelings about the situation, assuming good intentions. That's one of the things that I was trained by my mom is to always like, I would be assuming bad intentions, like, oh, they've done this, they've done that, and just thinking the worst. And it's something that I have to overwrite in my brain. Always assume good intentions, and do not limit holding people accountable. And then acting intentionally. A well developed self awareness combined with general awareness enables you to make intentional, wise actions. Dedicating time for others. I really encourage one on one meetings, and your team needs to know how you're winning the day, in ways that you're pushing the needle to make sure that you're driving profitable revenue and that other company departments are working together. There needs to be huddles and meetings and ways that you go over that information together, and that's where you can give some of those public shout outs to the high performers as well. So dedicating that time for others, it really is an important way to make your team feel heard, actively looking for ways to build relationships. Even company crawfish boils. You can have company carnivals. You can do pumpkin carving in the fall, chili cook-offs, lots of different things. Top golf for every good quarter that y'all perform, just different ways to have fun. And then empowering others, hiring capable people and showing them the way. That's a really important thing. And that's what John Maxwell says is a leader who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way, or something like that. It's a really important thing to not just tell people what to do and be a manager. I don't even like the word management. I manage my own son at home and try to get him to put his shoes on. And I'm working with adults here. So I will lead them if they want to succeed and take good care of their homes and learn and grow and be successful. I will not manage them and help them put their shoes on in the morning if they can't get to work. If they have a problem in getting to work, that's a problem that we'll work on at a different time. But right now, we're just talking about empowering others. So hire capable people and show them the way. And then removing obstacles. Identify the resources others need to succeed, looking for organizational and situational barriers that you can remove for your team. If you're not getting feedback and you're implementing processes, a lot of different ways that we implement those processes can make our teammates feel like they're not being heard, especially if it's a process that's new to them, or maybe they have questions and they've already trained on it, but they just have a little bit more questions, but they're expected to know what to do. They're afraid to ask questions. Maybe their supervisor's a little, not using the disc profile to speak on their level. Lots of different ways we can remove those obstacles and take good care of our team. And that goes back to one-on-ones and performance with not only your employees but with your leadership team, and making sure that their performance is meeting your culture and your standards. So leading with a servant heart, that's one of the biggest things that I've learned to do, is taking care of others, is leading with a servant heart. So though I did learn some of my negative feedback from my mom, one of the things that I did learn from her as well is because she has a broken back. So I like to take good care of everyone's home like it's her own. She can't really get up off the couch or take good care of her home. She definitely isn't changing any kinds of filters. She would probably be marked as a bad risk on y'all's
What,
profile
baby?
because she is a hoarder.
I
So,
told you after this meeting, but
she's definitely still my
what do you
mom,
want me
and
to write it with? Go get me a marker.
Emily, you're not on mute. So then we would lead with a servant heart. So I treat every customer's home like it's my own. I work very hard to take care of my home, and I work hard to take care of my mom's home too. I'm blessed to still have my mom and my dad, and he's there taking care of her as well. But he's getting very old too, and it's breaking my heart. So lead with a servant heart. Serve your customers with excellence, no matter their age, ethnicity, no matter their income, no matter their anything. You always want to make sure that you're serving your customers with excellence, go the extra mile, and taking good care of them all the time because they wouldn't just be calling you to ask you how their day is or how your day is. They're calling you because they have a certain need that you need to take care of. So you need to go that extra mile. Anybody can take care of the customer and go over there and fix their error half-assed, excuse my language, and not and then just be done with it and take their money. Or anybody can be a bad person and do those things, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to serve customers with excellence. We're here to take care of them like we are your local family business. And we are your local family business. We've been in business for many years, family owned and operated, and we'll go over that too. But always serve your customers with excellence, go the extra mile, build a sense of community outside of the community with your external customers, inside of the company with your internal customers. Celebrate those wins together. Freebies, customers love a good discount on things. That's building a sense of community, sure, but also going out into the community, making yourself seen and heard. Different ways of marketing outreach that you can do that way as well, just like with billboards and common marketing, TV, radio, those types of things. But as well as building that sense of community, one of the things that I love to do is Christmas parades, decorating your fleet and dressing up for the Christmas parades. That's just something, getting out there and being a part of it. It's my favorite time of year. And you can get the team and the community together, take pictures together. Those types of different presentations that you can have within the community for different events like home and garden shows, and lots of different ways to build that sense of community to take care of the customer's home and get your team out there and show them that why as well. And then leading by example is to step in and help. If you're in a role of leadership and you're not moving the needle, or you're not, on the office activities report and we see activities or those types of things, those types of leading by example, we need to see you working just as much as your team. There needs to be activity and productivity and stepping in to help. If we have other people going around and saying like, hey, I don't understand what I'm doing and we've already trained on this, then that's not good. So we always want to lead with that leader servant heart and lead by example. I'm constantly still answering the phones, and I'm great at it. We have AI call coaching. I get an A or an A plus every time, but I need my team to know how to do those things. So in leading by example, I like to show them how to take the calls. We coach on them together, but they need to learn how to be a strong leader and take those calls themselves. So I have to show them the way, go the way, and we go together. So we empower problem solving. You have to trust your team, empower them to make sure that they're going to do it, give them the tools and resources that are needed so that y'all can succeed together. Just because I know how to do these things, because maybe I've come from different places, trained in different places, and know all these different things, doesn't mean that the team that I'm coming on to with the company that I'm working with knows how to do these things. So they, needed to jump into the academy courses. They needed to retake those courses, and we're still in the process of maximizing our Service Titan in the different pro products that we have, and really empowering that problem solving to trust the team that we have. A lot of their permissions were out of whack. They didn't have permissions to reclassify their calls and different things like that, that just those settings hadn't been set yet. But ways to empower them to make sure that your CSR department and your dispatchers have enough power to get the work done. And then supporting your team's development. So always be sharing your knowledge and mentoring. Never gatekeep your knowledge. Offer training opportunities and make sure that you're supporting their development. That's what I was mentioning earlier. My coworker, he doesn't work with me anymore, but I get text messages from him almost every day that make me smile and laugh and make me grow every day because of the way that he's growing and what he's doing and taking care of himself with his growth. So
Hey
that's
Val, Vicky is asking, who do you use for AI call coaching?
that's a great question. We're not into contracts, so there are different programs. I know Service Titan has AI call coaching as well. That's really great. I was just demoing with them on it, and the AI call coaching that Service Titan has, it even lets your managers log into like a database to check and look over everything. So though we aren't with Service Titan right now, Service Titan's AI is 100% amazing, and we are using call by call AI. So that's with Brianna Skippington, and it's a great product as well. I actually, in learning my own AI, I'd like to learn how to, not reinvent the wheel, but automate a lot of those processes myself. And I'm lucky because Ruben, the owner of Colair, he's very intelligent and great with those AI processes and can do a lot of those things himself as well. So if you don't know how to do AI processes, there is a group on Facebook called like Service Titan Hacks. It's by Bill Brown, I believe is who it is. I can share that link below too. There's going to be a lot of links I'm going to have to go back and go through this and get, but I will drop those links here below. And then that way you can join as well for that. But if you're on Facebook, I suggest just typing in Service Titan into the toolbar and joining as many groups on Service Titan as you can. That's how I found my job. That's how we find a lot of rock star performers, is just with groups like hiring Service Titan gurus. Like I said, I'm not a guru, but I won't ever call myself a guru, but I will say that you can find a lot of great rock star performers on that page, and they'll help your company learn and grow as well, who are already versed in Service Titan. So to answer that question, it's call by call AI is who we use, but there's lots of different ways to use AI call coaching. You could probably even just implement your own if you're, using Chat GPT. So
Do
Colair,
you know do
sorry,
you
go ahead.
know in Service Titan, is it through Phones Pro or through the Contact Center Pro? Do you know?
It's the call scheduling. It was with a demo that I did with Miss Kath. I would have to see, I believe it's Scheduling Pro. So um, it would either be that or Contact Center Pro. Sorry, I'm not a pro product specialist, but
Yeah, no, no,
there
no. Yeah.
are there's definitely a lot of different pro products that are great for your company. Though they are contract based, they are worth it. I've seen different companies that I've worked with who use those products as well. Though Colair isn't using all of those products, we definitely support Service Titan's products, and they do have a lot of great ways to learn with them. So if you have your CSM email them directly. If not, there's the email for CSM team at servicetitan.com. You can email them just as a whole, and it'll go to their team, and then they can get back to you with that information as to what products have the AI call coaching. It would be, you know which one it is? I know, I remember now. It's Scheduling Pro because it uses Zero implemented into the programs that they have together, and now they really have a great product together with scheduling. Sales Pro. So Sales Pro is the one that has it. It doesn't just record your team in the field; it'll record your CSR's calls too, and make sure that their calls are, uh, recorded right. So lots of different ways to get your calls and coaching and those types of reviews. But I think it's interesting to have those products. It's coming on a lot very quickly. I can remember being at a different company and talking to them about Chat GPT, and I don't believe that either of us were very familiar with it at the time. And the way that the times have really changed, and so much marketing is done through Chat GPT. It's really phenomenal, the ways that you can grow your company just through AI processes and asking AI questions. If you don't use Chat GPT or you're not familiar with it, I'm a very big advocate for learning that. And if you ever want to meet with me on like a Google Meet and I can show you how to use it or anything, just let me know and we can together. So I'd be happy to do that. So here's this slide here. You can see that we're a 5-star company. We have a very large service area and a very large fleet. We have over 2,500 Google reviews. And I put here, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So Colair is called Colair because we care. And then Colair Cares is an initiative that we have where you saw us with our Colair Care Bear hats. And we like to go out and provide customers who may be, low income or not able to take care of their homes themselves due to financial or medical needs. And we'll provide them with that air conditioning based off of the ways that we can help them. So we would take care of their home just like it's our own. And even if there was their kitten stuck in a tree, I know I would fly down there right now to get that cat out of that tree. And Ruben would probably approve it because he cares about his customers so much that that's just how we work. That's how we roll. So we really do truly provide excellent service, as our reviews state here, and people really do highly recommend us when they know how much they care. So then this is something that's very important to me. I've heard it everywhere I've ever gone is it's slow season, it's winter, we're in slow season. But there is no such thing as a slow season. You just need to maximize your productivity. And so in maximizing your productivity, that means you just need to outbound in your CSR department. There's lots of different ways to maximize productivity in marketing, in dispatch operations, and in your CSR department. This one's going to be more focused on your CSR department, and your slow seasons can be primarily avoided with outbounding. I did include some marketing here in the bottom left-hand corner, and that's with your email pro. We've seen a lot of success whenever I came on creating those email campaigns, simple campaigns that Service Titan has the templates for in the email marketing pro. Marketing Pro is a product that I 100 fully percent support and we do use, and it has brought us a great return on the investment as far as making those email campaigns. So slow seasons, don't just sit there and color pictures. I've been at companies in the winter time where I guess they made enough money in the summertime that we had CSRs just sitting around and gossiping and coloring all day. So don't do that. We need to be outbounding at least 100 calls if you're that slow, and make sure that if you have inbound CSRs, taking outbound calls as well and making those calls, that you're not overwhelming them, but that you are giving them opportunity to designate part of their day and make sure that they are outbounding so that you do have your call board filled. If you don't have your 3-day or 5-day call board, that's something that you should be making for your team so that way y'all can know how many calls you need to win the day. And that way you can make sure to have enough calls for your team and field technicians to run, because who knows if that customer is going to call in and cancel. You always want to make sure to build the value so that they don't. But if you have a full board and then tomorrow's board isn't looking so good, you need to make sure you're outbounding for the slow seasons. So always outbound. You can outbound to your existing customer base. You can use tags to pull reports. Custom reports are something that I 100% support as well. I believe that's a feature that all Service Titan has. I'm not sure, but building those customer reports and custom reports, excuse me, will help you really have good ways to pull reporting metrics, and teammates can have those reports to print out or put on their screens if they have access to those reports, and just click to call, click to call, click to call, and call all day. Outbound to your existing customers using tags based off the equipment age, based off tags on demographics, tags for the season, if they're an indoor air quality offer that you are offering, lots of different ways to outbound to drive that profitable revenue. And then with excuse me, I keep calling them customer reports. With custom reports, you can build inside sales operator reports. I would say this is a role that I would keep to one of your higher performers. Inside sales operator attempts can be tricky. They need to know how to handle objections, take rejection well, and really a sales driven role. I wouldn't say, to have your inbound operator taking calls and then also trying to follow up on your sales technician's estimates. There's too much that goes on within that role, but you can always outbound if you do have that as a need, because there is a lot of low hanging fruit with estimates, whether it be with new system replacements, products for indoor air quality, enhancements on the system, lots of different ways to succeed. And then for CSRs,
Um,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, Amber is asking if your CSRs are doing a bang up job and they have the job board filled out for the next 5 days, what do you do with them? Do you send them home early? Do you kind of stop at 5 days? Do you let them keep on going as far out as they can go?
We would change initiatives if we had enough of like the maintenances on the board, then we could, start working on like data entry. I know there's a lot of different work before we ever got here where we have to merge accounts. Providing the team with that type of training in the academy on how to merge accounts and then pull that information on a merge report. That way you can do data cleanup if you do have a full board, but really fill that board out for the whole month, fill it out even further, start scheduling the next, ones in the future, ways to come up with different campaign ideas too. Ask your team, like, what have you been hearing on the phones? Always be listening to your recordings, but with the AI call recordings, sometimes we may just be reading those and not really listening to the calls as much, but you always need to be listening to your recordings and making sure that your CSRs aren't leaving like money on the table or confusing your customers or, trying to diagnose the call over the phone, lots of different things over call coaching. So, if you do have a full board, that's great. I'm glad that you do have a rock star team, but there's still a lot of different ways to call out. I would say if you do have a team that has the board full, you may want to look into them doing that inside sales, because then you might have a lot of different, have each CSR work on a different technician's calls and follow up on them and say, hey, I see where Rodney was at your home on the 13th. I was just following up to see if you still had an interest in this, this uh, item we offered you in this estimate here, and go over those items. If they have that understanding of what your products are and what you're offering and what the discounts were that were offered to the customer and those types of things, and you trust them with that role, then have them follow up on something that high level inside sales operator there. And then expiring memberships you could call out on all the time, just making sure that you're reminding customers by phone. You should always have your expiring membership email here as well. That's something that we've had a lot of great success with, is just sending out those emails, because customers will get it and see it, and you can put a direct booking link in your email that goes straight to your booking page and books directly into Service Titan. So membership outbounds for expiring memberships, renewals, recurring service events for prepaid club, people who've already paid for their maintenances, lots of different ways to make that money. So this is an important way for us to increase revenue in the call center and in marketing with email. I know there are a lot of different changes with texting right now and opting in and those types of things. So I would look at the Service Titan Blue Collar Nerds last video if you haven't seen it already, and make sure that you have your SMS registered, so that that way you can be sending those SMS to your customers, because even your outbound dispatch messages might not be sending here after February if you're not registered with the campaign and marketing and all that. So ask your CSM about that, or DM me more and we'll discuss it more if you have questions about the opt-in. But it even confused me. So and then how do you make more money and grow from a small company here from 1984 to the company that you see here today? I believe this was taken in 2024. Is you outbound and you grow and you foster positive culture, and you listen empathetically, and you take care of your customers, and you hire rock star people, and you bring them in each day with a smile and the understanding that you support their families and their lifestyles and each different person's individual unique personality, and you take care of them just like they're your family, if not more than your own family. And we are blessed that we have our leadership who does that, and that their family is so understanding and gives them a break to take good care of the company like they do, because we do take them away from their family a lot. And so here's Ruben's Jr. with Ruben Sr. Here's Ruben Sr. and his wife opening the company and cutting that rope there, that ribbon. And it's just a beautiful thing to see a company grow and to know that they love their family and they love what they do, just like I love what I do and love taking care of everybody. It's leading with a servant heart. And I've seen jobs where we've refunded customers and I've questioned, like, I feel like the Grinch sometimes, because I'm like, he has literally made my heart grow 10 times with that action, because I would have never done that. But the way that he takes care of the customers, it's really impressive. And that drive to make sure that you're always taking care of the customers and your teammates, it makes the workplace a good place to be. And every day I wake up ready to work, ready to be there, you know. And so it takes a lot out of me to call in or not be there, because it's a great place to be. So here's my vision board. I'm not sure how much time I have left, but I do have the vision boards here. I wanted to go over this with you all. If you haven't made your vision boards for 2025, this is not my idea. I believe that a lot of very great like-minded individuals have actually come on and discussed vision boards before, so I don't want to discuss this for too long. But if you don't know what a vision board is, or if you haven't made one yet, with your team, it's a great way to get together with everyone and see kind of what's on their mind for the future and ways to grow together. So I would use SMART goals. SMART goals are specific so that you can plan effectively with specific targets in mind. They're measurable so that you can track your progress and reevaluate along the way. They're attainable. You can set realistic goals that are challenging but achievable. They're relevant so that you can ensure that the goal serves a relevant purpose, and that they're time bound. So specify a deadline, monitor progress, and reevaluate. So I have my deadlines here as 1 year, 5 year, and 10 years. And then I have my personal goals and my professional goals. So a little bit about me for the year and my goals is I plan to take my son to Disney's Mickey Very Merry Magic Christmas Party. Now, I know I need to do the planning way ahead of time, because the things that I've been looking at lead me to believe that there is a lot of planning that goes into even going to Disney any time of year. So I need to get that working. And then calling home more. I still have my mom and dad. I don't call home as much as I should. Days go by where after a long work day, time's pretty late at night, and I'm like, oh, I didn't call them, and it's too late to call them. And so I don't want to wake them up, but I need to be calling more while I have that opportunity. And then professionally, my professional goal for the year is to speak at Service Titan events like the one that I'm on today. Thank y'all for listening to me. I can't believe this is happening. Like, this has already been my dream, and it's so wonderful. So thank y'all. And then Toolbox for the Trades and Pantheon. I went to Pantheon last year and I said that's where I need to be, is on that stage. And so that's one of my main goals. And then taking a John Maxwell certification course, as well as maximizing our current Service Titan setups and continuing to have that continuing training for employees. And then in 5 years, I'd like to travel internationally to different sites. Professionally, I'd like to hire and train a sole outbound inside sales department. So outbounding for the things that we mentioned previously, as well as an inside sales operator. I think those roles should be a little bit under the same wing, but separated. And I like to hire and train that so that we have that there separated from the inbound department, but all within the call center, so that my inbound CSRs aren't so distracted and having to take so many different, ways within their day. I'd like for them to just solely inbound. And then hiring and training and out, oh, I already put that, sorry, expanding into more service areas, and then continue driving profitable revenue across departments. So although that's not very specific, I do a lot of different departmental work, and especially with the call by call Driving profitable revenue involves being in each channel each day, making sure that I am taking care of each individual customer along with the technician. Luckily, my husband actually works with me in the call by call department now. So we sit like side by side and I can kind of nag at him and say, hey, let's make sure that we get so and so out there because that's going to be a TGL. And then we do that together. But that process of teamwork and having a good team that can sit side by side and joke around and make sure that we do, know how to have those profitable dispatch processes is a way to continue driving the profitable revenue across departments as well as maximizing on your campaigns. And that's why I can't get too specific because I just do too many different things. And then 10 years from now
These
is
are great goals. Yeah. These
and
are great goals. We are getting close to time, and I know some people are having to jump off for ending their lunch break and stuff, but these are great goals. Thank you for sharing.
yes, thank you so much. And then that was actually close to the last slide. Just the key takeaways is advocate for yourself and shine bright, serve at the highest level, believe in your value and inspire others with positivity and authenticity, lead with service and collaboration, and serve your team with empathy and work together for mutual success. Train, measure, and grow, and then know your numbers. That's one of the major takeaways is knowing your numbers. Do those daily revenue builds to win the day, and then equip your team. So, thank you guys for listening to me today. I appreciate y'all for joining in, and I will drop those links below. If you have to leave the meeting, just find me on Facebook. It'll be under Valerie Garcia, but I will be happy to add you as a friend. Find me on LinkedIn as well. I think it's under Valerie Garcia. I'm not sure, but it's either under Valerie Heck or Valerie Garcia. Thank you so much. Special thanks to everyone that I've listed here below: Lori, Cassie, Michelle, Crystal, Sarah, Brittany, all of you. Emily, thank you for hosting. And I appreciate everybody for asking questions and joining in. If y'all do want to stay a little late and ask questions, I'll be here and happy to take any questions now.
Well, thank you so much, Valerie. We appreciate all the insight you shared and your willingness to share some of those links, some of those visuals with us later. Just so you guys know, this is recorded, and so it will go up on our YouTube channel, and we will send it out so we can rewatch any of that stuff and get some of these visuals. Val, if anyone did want to reach out to you, you said LinkedIn and kind of finding you on Facebook is probably the best
Yeah.
way.
Yes, and I'll put
Awesome.
my email down here below as well.
Okay, thank you so much. Well,
Yes,
guys, we are starting off 2025 with a bang. I can promise you that Lady Titans has a very exciting year. Your Lady Titans board is getting together next week in the great state of Texas again, down in Houston, Texas. And so we are planning many things how we can make this group the most successful, the most beneficial, be a group that you guys want and are proud to be a part of, and getting the benefits and support that you guys need from it. So your board is meeting next week. That is very exciting. And then I hope you guys join us for our Lady Titans Lounge. If you're new here, the lounge is your girlfriend coffee chat, if you will. It's unrecorded, it's unscripted. It's just for open times of sharing and collaborating with each other, and sometimes just being the support that we need. So we have that happening on February 12th. And then we have another great spotlight series happening on February 18th. So we're at the top of the hour. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much for joining us now. And we will see you guys very soon. Thank you so
thank
much.
y'all. Bye.
Bye.